Good morning. Happy Wednesday. As I prepare to go on set and do this video today, it is my intention to give less attention to those unwanted, unpleasant events that has taken place around the world today and to focus more on the greatness that is around. It feels good to feel good. It feels good to know we're figuring it out. It feels good to know things are getting better from here. Hey, you guys, I'm Gloria, aka Glow. Thank you for tuning in to Gorgeous Glow Weekly. Born and raised in Virginia, I'm a 2019 college graduate who loves to have fun, go exciting places, and throw some amazing events. But ever since the 2020 pandemic, my social life has stopped. So, what do I do now? Visit my channel where I invite you on a virtual party bus into my weekly personal life as my work continues as a healthcare provider during COVID-19. Writing screenplays for fun and opening my first of many residential facilities for adults and children with disabilities, all while quarantined. On this channel, or as I like to call it, the Wind Down Wednesday Party Bus, I also share and discuss things like my spirituality, my natural hair journey, and my favorite topic of all, relationships. All from your new favorite Gemini. Jump on the party bus by subscribing to my channel, then grab your weed, wine, water, and let's kick some bullshit. Hey you guys, welcome back to another gorgeous hump day Wednesday. I am Gloria, aka Glow. I know it's so hard getting up in the morning now, especially that the holidays are over, but you are halfway through the week, so hang in there. So this week, y'all, I randomly took my blood pressure and thinking it was good, expecting it to be good, and feeling good at the same time. I looked at them numbers and it was, what was it? It was 234 over 163. After I looked at those numbers, y'all, I felt so bad. I started to feel so bad, like my head started hurting, my vision was in and out. And to give you a little background, I've been diagnosed with hypertension like for a long time, since like before my 20s or something. I don't know. But I've never taken it too serious. Like, I've taken medicine for it before, but never for long periods of time. Like, once the bottle would feel like it got like 3 or 4 pills in it, I would just stop taking it. And like this last time, I just didn't refill my prescriptions anymore. I'm not a huge fan of taking medicine unless it's like really severe, like not even for pain, cough, and cold. I usually just let my body do its thing and I will naturally start to feel better like in like 2 or 3 days or so. I guess I always knew that my body would do what it's supposed to do. Like, I've never been a fan of medicine. I fell in love with healthcare in the early 2000s. My grandmother died in 2003. In high school, I took CNA classes. I wanted to be an RN back then, but nothing was serious when you was in high school. It's just, you know, what you want. While I went to high school and was taking the CNA classes at the same time, we was going back and forth to the hospital with my grandmother, and like I was so confident about what I was learning in class that whenever my grandma would move or say that she was in pain, I would be the one to be like, "Ooh, I got it, I can help," you know. I remember one particular time, like her legs, she'd gotten so uncomfortable in the hospital, like the longer she stayed up there, her legs was hurting one time, and I was like, I think my mother and them had got called out the room by the doctors or whatever. So they was in the hallway talking, and it was only me and my grandmother in the room. And oh my God, like the pain in her face, I will never forget. I moved her legs in so many different positions trying to help her get comfortable. And none of the positions I was putting her in was working. You think I wouldn't want to be in healthcare no more, but I haven't worked outside of it or done anything since. I still feel my grandmother's presence. I still feel my mother's presence. After all, we are spirit interacting with spirit all the time, constantly. We are all vibration above all things. And I think that's one thing the world doesn't talk enough about. Which is why I wanted to do this video. It is my belief that we all were source energy when we came into these physical bodies, and a part of us remained non-physical, and that's the part that we use for guidance. It's always there when you need it, day or night. Sometimes you're in sync with it, sometimes you aren't. When you aren't, it's okay. Today's medical or healthcare society focuses more on curing the body and mind through pills, through medicine. Say, for instance, if the whole human process was like a chemical hot pot of tea, right? Because outsiders are not aware enough to add any ingredients to my hot pot of tea, it has been turned into medicine. Medicine that has to be taken daily on a regular basis, because no one is adding the right ingredient to my pot of tea. That's my blood pressure pills. So I gotta take them shits every day. Now, medicine can do a lot of great things. I've seen medicine work wonders for some people, and I also seen medicine not do shit for some people. Medicine can be a cover-up because it doesn't get rid of, because once you stop taking the medicine, doctors have seen patients they thought were going to die wake up and walk out the hospital. And they've also seen patients they thought were going to be all right die right there on the table. So that shows you. When I seen the state application on how to build my business in Virginia, it was like over 100 policies, like 100 different regulations that we had to include when we make up the policies. Sometimes this frustrates me so bad. Have you ever sat in the waiting room longer than you've been back there with the doctor? You be like, this some bullshit. He didn't tell me nothing that I ain't already knew. Nowadays, everything is here. Take this prescription and come back in 6 months. I think the majority of the medicine that pharmaceutical buys are for the elderly, which is 65 and older. I believe Medicaid considers it to be. It's good business to stretch their lives because it's good for the economy, and what's good for the economy is great for the ruling party. I feel like a good doctor tries to take you off medicine rather than putting you on more medicine, if that makes sense. Like, they try to explain what you can do for your physical body or your food body, your mental body, your energy bodies, without medication, looking beyond the symptoms. Remember when you was in school and you remember how good it felt to play in the dirt and soil and go outside and play in the mud or in the garden, sleep on the floor, walk barefoot? I still do some of that stuff. The body is alive and it needs help from its person to remain alive. In the physical, everything is about money. So the opposite end of that is a place where money doesn't matter and where people will have to eventually matter. To value human life more, to put on your own pot of hot tea and make it just the way you want it. So if you want it to be hot, sweet, replenishing, I want my staff to awaken the aliveness of each and every client that comes in contact with Simpson Community Living, adult care facilities, or common courtesy children's residential program. As well as themselves. Like, you can't awaken that in somebody else if you don't got it in yourself. Like, that's what I want the mission to be. Overall, the coronavirus hasn't impacted me that much because I really didn't go anywhere to start. I'm considered an essential worker, so I still made money. My small circle and rounds still remain my small circle and rounds. If anything, that has been the most impactful. Like with me having such a big family and the elders are aging and us, which were then the cousins, are now turning to be the aunties and uncles. It's not safe for us to get together in small spaces, but I get it. Society has to sell something, and I enjoy it. Actually, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. Having a good balance, like going back and forth between the two, has helped me tremendously. Like, now I feel like I can pretty much adapt to anything. And let me just say this randomly, like, I don't like pain, but I can endure pain. Like, I take pain very well. For 2022, what is that? For 2022, I don't want to endure pain anymore. I want to appreciate it for what it is. That's it. That's all. Like, when and if it do arrive. I now know that every illness is an indication of dis-ease or resistance within myself. I'm looking for relief in certain situations still. Sometimes I find it in substances. The best way I can think of finding it is like through my thoughts. So a man thinks he is. So if I can just like talk myself off the ledge sometimes, just like me with my blood pressure, I know I have like some resistance around it, or like some thoughts around it that's not allowing. Otherwise, I would feel better about it and the results would show. So I have some habits to break, some beliefs to change. 2022, I don't want to remember nothing that held me back. This is a new year for another great start, fresh start, experiencing new things, creating new things, new health, new money, new love. Thank you guys for watching. This was a fun video. Look out for the verses playlist coming soon. It'll be more fun topics like this one. Instead of spirit and health verses, it's like titles in opposition of one another, like iPhone versus Android, drums versus flat, spiritual versus religion. Matter of fact, I think I want to make that one my first one, since y'all leave some fun ideas in the comments. You know, that's how we keep this virtual party bus rolling. If you are not on the virtual party bus with almost 2,000 of us now, hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you won't miss a damn jam. And don't forget to stay updated with me on Instagram at GorgeousGlow, GorgeousGlo. Until next time, it gets better from here, you guys. Out. So nasty. Honey, there is a more intelligent part of you that can do more than them doctors ever could. Out of all the things that has come up out the earth, your vibes, your energy can be matched with some natural fresh herbs. Having common sense, a place where there's no such thing as give and service. Like, you can't pick those two in the same sentence. If anyone knows me as much as they think they do, then they would know how much I just hated to even say that sentence. Because it's not true. It's so not true. The non-physical part of me knows it's all bullshit. Oh my God. If y'all drink this, shit is nasty as fuck. For 2022, why I keep saying that? For 2020, why do I keep saying all these 20s?